back again with another episode of Project 14. So I've got quite a few updates for you today. First one being, I've changed my workout split completely. I was doing a 2-day full body split, but I was finding I was getting quite fatigued with it. It was about an hour and a half long each time, far too long really. So I've changed it to a 3-day split now. So I'm doing push-pull legs basically with, obviously arms in the pull day and arms in the push day. Bit of abs on the lower day, obviously as well as legs and stuff. Also, I've had quite a few things on a weekend. I had the holiday where I put a stone on, but we'll have a chat about that in a bit. So sometimes difficult to sort of stay on track, but I've managed to do it pretty well, I think. So last time I was 14 stone 4, now I'm down to 14 stone, even though I put all that weight on an all-day, which was mostly water weight, but anyway. So I managed to get down to 14 stone, so we're only £4 off the target that I want to get to, which is 13 stone 10. Before then I start the long-term bulk that I'm going to be going on. So yeah, I've been eating as healthy as I can, similar sort of meals. I've had to drop my calories slightly. I do eat normally a little bit more on the training days. That's just so I can get some more carbs in, make the workouts a little bit better, a little bit easier. But yeah, so starting first off, we'll start with my training plan that I've changed to. So we're doing push-pull legs, as I've just mentioned. So here's my new push-pull leg split. As you can see, there's 1 or 2 exercises that I'm keeping the same for each week, but the other ones I'm changing, like the accessory movements. Feel free to pause the video here if you want to look through each workout. So I'm about £11 down from what I was before, so obviously I'm quite a long time into the cut now, so I've lost a little bit of, I wouldn't say strength, I've just lost a few reps on a few things. So i.e. on my back bench press, 40 on each side plus the bar, so 100 key. I was doing like 8 reps, now I'm doing like 4 or 5. So it's dropped off a little bit, but it's to be expected really when you're cutting. There's not really a great deal you can do about that, unfortunately. But on the whole, I'm maintaining strength, which is good. So yeah, I'm excited about the next part because I've got, as I mentioned before, I've got the £4 to lose, and that's pretty much it. And then I'll be going on the slow long-term bulk. Looking forward to it really, because obviously, when you're cutting, all you're trying to do is drop the fat without dropping your strength and your muscle, which is obviously hard earned. Easier said than done a lot of times. Some people will start cutting and they'll start doing like lower weights, high reps, stuff like that. It's not the way to go about it. You need to be doing the same as you did when you were bulking, just trying to maintain the strength as much as you possibly can in the weight. If you start dropping off and doing less weight and stuff, your body hasn't got a reason to keep the muscle, so therefore you're going to lose more if you're going to do it that way. So I'd suggest to anyone, if you are cutting, same workouts, just preserve the strength, that's it. You can try and go up if you can, but odds on if you're doing a cut of any length, you know fine well you're going to lose some. So every time I do a Project 14 update now, I'm going to do photos from the front, back and side so you can see a general picture of how I'm progressing. So obviously you can see here on these 3 photos, I've lost a little bit of fat, I can tell, as you probably can as well. Looking a little bit leaner, just trying to get my body fat down a little bit, making sure that I'm down to a sensible body fat percentage before I start trying to bulk, because if I'm doing it from a higher body fat, it's not going to be sustainable for as long. What I've also been doing, as well as obviously dieting and knocking my calories down a little bit, is I've been doing a lot of walking. Massively beneficial, not just for losing weight but just for your health in general. I feel healthier in general. I've been trying to hit 15,000 steps a day. It's not every day, but I've got quite an active job. I do upholstery in gyms, funnily enough, reupholster pads and stuff like that. So I'm walking about pretty much all day. I don't sit down a great deal at all. But obviously on top of that, I've been going on walks on a night time with Arlas and the dog, and on weekends and things like that. So adding that in as much as I can. As I say, for health benefits as well as for just losing a bit of weight. I'm going to continue to do that once I'm bulking. So let's have a quick chat about my holiday. So yeah, went to Kos, had a really nice time. Was watching what I ate. I wasn't going mad. We were doing a lot of other things. We were doing a lot of sightseeing and stuff. But I did have quite a bit to drink.
pretty much every day. Obviously you're on holiday, all bets are off, as they say. But yeah, I ended up putting a full stone on in that week. That's with watching what I was eating. Thankfully I got back and I'd lost £10 within 5 or 6 days by drinking an absolute ton of water and obviously going back to the eating I was doing before, which it put me back slightly because I was probably a few pounds of fat that I did put on, so I've always had to lose that. Then I was away the weekend after, so life gets in the way. You know, I don't do this as a full-time job, so it's one of them, you have to do the best you can. So what I did do, like on the weekend I came back and stuff and I was away, and subsequent weekends, is I was using ChatGPT just to estimate the calories on my plate and stuff, which was brilliant really, because it can give you a breakdown of fats, carbs, protein and calories. It's within sort of 10 to 20% correct, not going to be 100%, but it's good enough. If you're going away, I'd recommend that. If you do want to keep on your diet plan and everything, just use that. It's a good tool. I'm one of these, if I don't track stuff, I end up overeating just naturally. That's just how I am. So I do like to use ChatGPT. It does keep you in check as well. So yeah, that's another thing I've learned and I've been utilising, and I'd recommend it to anyone. So that's it for this episode. Obviously, as I said before, I'm going to be doing one a month with all my progress updates from there. So stay tuned for the next one, which will be next month, the same time. So like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.